Good afternoon. We have a few segments today. You already know what time it is now. I was extremely excited when I saw that Devil May Cry series, and then instantly you could see the disappointment. It happened around episode 2. We're going to talk about that later. That's not what we're here for today. Today, we're going to do a little salt extraordinaire, and then we're going to move forward because I got a bunch of salt. I was not happy with this. I was disappointed, and they used the Limp Biscuit. I felt heavily misled. But this song do slap though. Alright, now let's go ahead and get it started.
Because you aren't even following. If you're trying to roast me every night at all, and you're not even following me, I'm going to block you. I blocked multiple skinny, ugly ass all day today.
So, I mean, would it be better if they were attractive? I don't understand. I never understand this sentiment. I don't get it.
This is 2020. What's so, nigga, everybody was wearing skinny jeans and Dior.
I'm going to tell you like Charlie Murphy. Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy. I'm going to tell you like Charlie Murphy said when he spoke about Prince. I don't know where you got them jeans from, but I know you didn't get them out the men's department.
What are you angry about? I mean, you know where you got that shirt from.
Or B20, what's these, B20s or some shit? Bro, everybody was wearing this.
Nah, bro, them kids was wearing that. We grown men, bro. We wasn't wearing that. I don't know what kind of women pants you got going on. Any of these skinny jeans, I know if y'all hear this now, you might feel some type of way. But I'm telling you, them ain't man's pants, bro. You look, hey, look. It's time. It's time for you to be real with yourself. If you shopping in the women's section, just keep it real with yourself, bro. You ain't rocking with us over here. That ain't happening. Now, the most what I will say is Andre 3000 had to get on us because he said, take that shirt. It looked like a blouse, take it a few sizes down. And I give him that. Them shirts was hella big, and we did need to cut that out.
Make your mama proud. Take that thing 2 sizes down.
Everybody, is because I threw the jersey over it?
No. It's not it.
I actually hate that I bought those, by the way. Because I only wore them for this shoot and I never wore them again.
And I'm going to say this again. Doss some legs. I'm not even trying to comment on this, but you keep on trying to come back and say that's not the case. Bro, you skipped the leg day. It's just like, again, I'm not trying to be that guy. But you say people are making up allegations and saying things are false. I'm telling you, what I see right here is I see you skipped leg day, bro. You skipped it. Just it's all right. Just when you go to the gym, you got to do more than just bench press and curls. You got to do the rest. You got to lift with the legs, bro. You got to support the upper body weight or you're going to wind up with the Johnny Bravo. It's that simple.
The Dior's, I never wore them again. Like, I'm trying to figure out, I didn't see not one that was talking shit post a fit pic better than this. And this isn't even something I would personally wear today.
Bro, you sitting there talking about a fit pic. I'm just saying, as an adult, you talking about a fit pic? You comparing outfits? Is this Soul Train? Are you going to a gala? Are you going to an award show? Now, if this is your job, right? I understand where you're comparing fits because that's what you get paid to do. But just a regular, everyday dude, bro. There should never be a time that should come out your mouth talking about can't nobody compare to my fit pics.
My poses, they're overly serious? Nah, they're not. That's what I'm saying, bro. I keep seeing Nightmare on Section 8 all in the comments. No, you don't have to ban that dude. Unban him. I actually think the Nightmare on Section 8 shit is funny.
Yeah, it's funny the first time you hear it, but after you say it 4 or 5 times, it's not as funny.
Popular TikTok of my fits on XQ. Oh, so XQC seen it? What did XQC say about it? I'm really serious. What's wrong with the pig? And it's from 2021.
Here you go. All my past nightmares made me fearless in my current reality. All right, bro. Okay.
Nightmare on Section 8 is fucking hilarious. I mean, I throw them away, but...
You know how you see them outfits that a character get away with, but when you put it on somebody in real life, it don't. This is that situation. Now, I'm sure this looks cool on maybe some RPG or some game or some anime, but as far as like real life, again, you can wear whatever you want, but I'm gonna just tell you this: it's not as cool as you think it looks. I'm gonna just say it like that. It ain't as cool. However cool you think this looks, it doesn't, bro. I'm just keeping it real with you.
Pics clean. 100% polyester. No, you don't got to ban them for that. They were actually cotton and polyester. I'm not even gonna lie. Bro, these pics are clean. What you talking about?
I give them that. That'd be cool for like 2010, 2011, because you know when them graphic tees was like a big deal, but then it wasn't like too big or nothing. It was like right around fitting. Yeah, that right there, that look alright. I mean, I wouldn't wear it, but okay, I give him that one. I can't hate on that. That's straight.
Porter, you wouldn't want these to work out in, I promise you. In a pic like this, you niggas like you motherfuckers don't even know how to dress. You niggas would have just.
Yo, it said this man look like a gay peacock. I'm done. No, I gotta drop the Goku on that one. He killing your ass, man. Ah!
But I'll block it, man. What the fuck are these guys talking about? Like, I don't even know. I don't even see the comments, bro.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Anyways, man, you know how you know it's his channel? Because this man's literally sitting here talking about the outfits that he got on. But we gonna go ahead and move on to the next segment.
I'm in the spot again.
Now, you guys all know that I with Corey heavy.
Okay, if you say so. What? I believe him. Yeah.
With CoryxKenshin heavy, I consider him somebody that is an authentic person away from this shit. What I do here is I cover news. I cover media. If it's something that's going on in media.
Right. You know, mind your business. Right.
That is viral, I cover it, all right? I don't have any biases. I try not to have any biases.
So, Mr. Ami, would you say that would make you a reaction channel? Responding to other content that you see online? Just say, I mean, because you always call that out when people do it to you, but it's perfectly fine when you do it with others, right? And I know he always covers multiple things, but since he said it here, I just wanted to, I want to point that out.
And I try to give a realistic approach on things that I see when I cover. I don't know what's going on, but let me go ahead and take a look at what's going on, because as soon as I went live today, I had people spamming in my chat, yo, did you see what happened with Corey? I'm like, there's no way it's Corey.
And I'm not going to play all of it because, you know, we've all seen it. When I saw it a long time ago, and to be honest with you, it was so preposterous. I was like, look, I'm not really even going to give it the time of day. But just to address it, because I get so sick of this, I'm going to address it just to also throw my 2 cents in, because I'm so tired of this era. And I'm so sick of this Me Too crap. I'm so sick of this woe is me mess. Like they get on here and complain about relationships and what goes on in relationships. Like it's only one side. Like you've never done anything. You don't do anything. You've never been selfish. You've never done anybody any type of way. All right. Oh, okay.
Kenshin, I don't believe this shit. Not Corey. And unfortunately, it is CoryxKenshin. So I'm very curious to see what's up. I'm actually very anxious to see what's going on here. So the thing about us creators, right? Us creators, us YouTubers, us streamers, us this, us that, us entertainers, all in a nutshell. You guys could see whatever personality we want you to see on screen, but you don't really know us unless you've had a conversation IRL.
In real life.
Then you get more of an interaction where you maybe know us extensively outside of this shit, or maybe if you see us in person, you still don't know us. If it's just, hey, can I get a pic? So these type of allegations, I'm not making any type of assumptions or anything until I see what I do. And for right now, they're allegations for me. All right. Especially with the Cassie stuff. We were supposed to believe that Diddy was this trying of a person, this.
And not even to cut him off, but that was exactly my point. Like, Diddy's a horrible person. Like, he kept Mace's Masters. Like, Diddy's done a lot of things in his career, in his long run. I mean, he's done a lot. But what he was getting charged for, he didn't do it. So, at the end of the day, he's innocent. I know people don't want to hear this, but for what he's being tried for in court, he's not guilty. Now, as far as, which we'll go even further, we'll talk about the Mann Act. A lot of people don't know this. This was all about Jack Johnson, a black boxer who would, you know, basically sleep with white women, and they had a problem with it. So they created this act to basically charge him for something he wasn't doing. They were upset that white women wanted to sleep with Jack Johnson, this famous American boxer, this champion. and they didn't like it. And just to prove on these facts that that's not even a real law. Now, understand what I'm saying. It's a law because you can get charged for it. But by technicality, you know what that means? You can't fly anybody out. You can't pay for anybody to travel, because if you deal with them, guess what? It's considered the Mann Act. You fly your girlfriend out, you fly your boyfriend out, you fly out anybody. Okay, you're going to be charged for the Mann Act. You see what I'm saying? It's not even a real law. They just made this up because they did not want this black man dealing with white women. This is what P. Diddy was being charged with. This was a discrimination law. Now, as far as it being a discrimination law as far as relating to Diddy, no, it's not. This law got left in place so they'd be able to bust powerful men whenever they wanted to, whenever they felt like it. It's basically like a trump card, no pun intended, to take people down at whenever they feel like it. If you just get out of pocket or do something they don't like, they can hit you with a quote unquote Mann Act. Like, look at Joy Taylor. Look at people like this. Cassie was no victim. Cassie could not drop any hits. She didn't drop any music. She didn't make music for over 10 years. Diddy was constantly trying to get her to make music. She didn't want to do anything. Cassie's a bum, and she wanted to milk it. What happened was Young Miami came in and showed more potential, and P. Diddy put her on. He gave her the platform and put her in position to make more money. Cassie didn't like that. She felt some type of way about that. Now, you let it be written through their lens. Oh, she's a victim because of this and this and that. She ain't no victim because she could have left. Do you know if you commit a crime with somebody in a vehicle and you know they're committing this crime, if you don't turn them in, you're an accomplice. You know that, right? You can say, well, my life was it doesn't matter. Because they're going to tell you, you should have called us. You should have reported us the minute you had the chance. Were you around them 24/7? No. Was there ever a point in time you weren't around them? Yes. Was there ever a time that you weren't under their roof or held captive in chains and you could move around? Yes. So guess what? You will be charged as an accomplice. Now, if there's a bigger fish, like what 6ix9ine did, where you can kind of report and turn people in and take down criminal organizations, you can get a pass to where you won't do as much time, or you'll get a lot of probation. But more times than not, even if you were riding along and you knew this crime was taking place, you knew it too, you knew about it, you were familiar, you participated, you would be charged. But for some reason, P. Diddy is on trial, but yet Cassie was initiating this stuff, initiating this behavior, doing this by free will. There's no such thing as a threat in free will. You can't threaten somebody to be into something to tell you to engage a situation if they're held captive. A captive does not have free will to tell their captor what they're going to do or what they want to do. And then their captor says, okay, sure, yeah, you can do that.
This fucking nemesis from Resident Evil 3, lo and behold, Cassie was ordering up BBC. She was the one asking Steve late in her. It wasn't just Diddy. Yeah, Diddy's, uppercut her, rock bottom, RVD, X-Pac, face busted her, pedigreed, so on and so forth.
And I also want to emphasize, even though it should go without saying, no, I don't speak for him. And all the stuff I said prior with Cassie and all that is alleged. I'm going to say allegedly. And onto this here, as far as what took place with all the beatdowns and all that, no, I don't condone that over here. I don't condone women putting their hands on men or men putting their hands on women. So I just want to go ahead and put that out there. Should be obvious, but let me go ahead and say it again.
F-bombed her and everything, even a rock bottom, but she was extremely guilty herself. Let's go ahead and check out these bookmarks. Make sure that you guys are also following, or not following, make sure you're joined into the Twitter community, LowTierGod's Manor. All right, you can post your reactions there, and let's see what's going on. All right, so somebody says, J2 spread it around. Panda Ninja X official on TikTok released an entire timeline regarding her abusive, manipulative, and absurdly toxic relationship with CoryxKenshin with evidence. I will link her stories below in all 3 parts. Please share this. So I'm going to assume this guy's black. Please share this. In other words, please share this around so she doesn't go unnoticed. So is this where I start? It's even worse if this guy's black. Like, CoryxKenshin's black. It's always the first, look, the first nigga to try something happen, the first person that's going to report it when you're black, somebody in.
Okay, bro. Yeah, That's completely true. It's not like there's a drama alert or that nobody else covers drama on anybody else. Like there's not like there's a Tazi or Asman or anybody else when a situation pops up. There's plenty of creators. There's plenty of them. It's not limited to black people covering black people. Anytime some viral news comes up, everybody covers it. It is not limited to black people. However, if you're in a predominantly black sector, it will be most likely a black person to cover you. But if you're a universal creator or you're out in the open, everybody's going to cover you. Cut it out.
But in a negative way. Never no unbiased shit. Just, oh, damn, hold on. Something about Corey, damn, I don't want.
And as a matter of fact, I've seen more black creators support Corey than not support him. And they saw the BS for what it was. So yeah, try again. And these creators had 60,000, 100,000, and so on. Now there was a few haters on here that was just like, believe all of them, but I'm still like, no. If somebody truly did you dirty, I need like crime evidence. Like I need Diddy level, Cassie Hotel video level evidence. I need that level of evidence. Like you got snatched up by your wig evidence. I need he put hands on you evidence, like unprovoked, like you was just out in public and he just went upside your head and knocked you onto the sidewalk. I need that kind of evidence. You know what I'm saying? I don't need any, and then emotionally I was in a, so y'all don't emotionally mess with anybody. You don't steal from a man and just have him pay for your food and you're not interested in him. You don't blow men off and don't return their calls and don't return their messages. So that just totally goes one way, right? You don't totally just keep men in the friend zone and abuse them emotionally and use them just for their time while you lay with somebody else, right? Stop it. You know what I'm saying? Stop. Okay, cut it out.
For him to be rich no more, like, you know how it is. All right, let's see what's up. So POV, you didn't know this was one of the videos you'd look back on and realize he never cared. He just wanted to see how long you'd let him hurt you. Aww. Here's my thing. Why do chicks, before I click the video, why do women sit back and document abuse instead of just ending it and leaving quickly?
Exactly. That's okay. Every now and then he get one. Every now and then he get one. You see, that's exactly my point. If you're filming it, laughing and smiling about it, and you're just with him, it was so bad. You're just hanging out with him all the time, and then you're constantly getting private recordings and videos of this person, but yet they're doing you dirty. And there's nothing wrong with you documenting stuff about this person, quote unquote. How would it look? Let's just reverse the roles. How would it look if CoryxKenshin were to sit here and document the ugliest of the ugly of the things that you say and you do and put this on the internet and be like, she was so toxic, this is why I couldn't deal with her, and she was just doing this and doing that? Do you think that will go over well? Why is it that women feel so comfortable getting online doing, and I'm not even gonna call you women, why do little girls get online and think this is okay? And this is a very common thing where for some reason, every single time it's always the man's fault. But yet you knew he was so bad, but you proceeded to deal with him. What the hell kind of sense does that make? like this is such a bad person that I proceed to deal with them, and I know they're a bad person, but we're supposed to feel sorry for you? What is that? That's like sticking your hand in fire and then saying, I got burned. Duh, stupid. What did you think fire did, jackass? Like, God, man, y'all gotta, this 2025 need to be the end of this victim crap. If you got a problem, walk away. Damn.
That's my thing. Why sit back, screenshot, make videos, document it, and then fuck with it for, since I have a multicultural audience, fuck with a guy for 5 years, and then you just start airing everything out. Like, were you not glurping and globbing and everything for 5 years? Like, I don't know how long they've been together. I'm just basically using this as an actual example. Like, why document it? Like, you know who I am, and you're gonna document this for multiple years, and then you're gonna literally come back and throw it on TikTok. If it was that bad, go to the cops.
I'm gonna ask you again. Who the true villain here? No, we're not talking about LTG. Who's the true villain here? Like, if you just look at the diabolical nature of all of this that took place to try to accumulate quote unquote evidence against somebody, who's the true villain here?
You know what I mean? Let's click on it.
Still on.
I'm still on.
Then I woke up again and it was off.
Did you watch me sleep?
Yeah, I actually did something to you.
Nothing excuses abuse. Nothing at all. I don't agree with abuse towards women at all. Mental, physical, any of that type of shit. But I'm saying, my point being is, if this is a problem, why not nip it in the bud early? I don't understand why women stick around.
Ain't nobody condoning that against no women. Well, what's being said here is that you are a responsible adult, or supposed to be a responsible adult. If you have an issue with somebody, you stop dealing with them. And the funny thing about this is, you talk about how people are doing you dirty or doing you wrong. When a man talks to you, you ain't interested in. Oh, it's funny how you cannot deal with him then. Oh man, he ain't attractive enough. He's not what you looking for. Oh, all of a sudden you got all the answers.
Just leave. If it's getting to a point where I'm starting to call you a bitch more often, I'm being aggressive often, or anything else, or if I'm some fucking guy I'm on some Ike Turner shit, just leave ASAP. Why stay and document? That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. And we've all been in relationships like that. When has anybody ever been held captive in that house? Now, I'm not saying it's 100% of the time, but 90 to 95% of the time, we've all been in a relationship like that. We didn't keep her there. She didn't keep us there. Now, there may have been some confrontation, but we ain't with them now, are we? So what the hell are we talking about? They made free will to leave, or you made free will to leave. Somebody decided to leave, so it was over with. And when y'all left that where y'all left that at, y'all didn't, well, I hope you didn't go over to the internet and start blasting out people's business and start talking about this person online. Y'all left it where it was at, you moved on, and you minded your business. That's how it's supposed to go.
Did you watch me sleep?
Yeah, I actually did something to you while you were asleep too.
What?
I'm sorry, I just got this fetish that I do, you know.
See what I'm saying? Like, why would you do that? You like that I ain't even gonna like it. Ain't even mean that make me mad. Like, why would you do something like that? Like, you know what kind of image you got online, and you gonna put that out there like that? What the fuck? Like, what's wrong with you, man? Stop dealing with y'all. Gotta do better, fool. And these women y'all choosing to deal with, man. Like, even why are even a side piece? Like me, I don't engage in that lifestyle. But even side pieces need to shut the hell up. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? What are you gonna gain from tarnishing this man's legacy? For what? Because you like the toxic situation? Because you like to do this? You like this. If you didn't like it, then why you talking to him? Why are you dealing with him? If you didn't like it, then what you dealing with him for? Like, why are you doing that? This man done worked hard building up this legacy, and you gonna come out here and do that for what? I don't care what Corey said to you. I don't care. I don't care what y'all talked about in private DMs. I don't care about your relationship. I don't care about what you claim he did. I don't care. I don't care, because I see the video evidence right here. You're a clown. Point blank, period.
What?
I didn't hurt you. You're good, right?
What'd you do, Corey?
Just don't worry about it.
Corey?
Good.
Corey, what did you do?
Do nothing. Look, this came right in my face. I didn't do anything.
He did something, and I'm gonna find out on the next episode of Unimpressed.
Because he's so bad. I swear, bro. I swear I can't stand y'all asses, fool. I can't stand this new generation of people, man. I can't get with it. I just did not grow up in this era. Like, I grew up in an era where even if, like, I'm gonna tell you something. Like, I know real victims. And what's crazy about it is, the real victims, They even take accountability. That's what's crazy about it. They even take accountability to say, like, I shouldn't have even been at this place at this time. It's like, I'm not justifying what happened, but I could have avoided it. If I would have listened to the people around me, I could have avoided the situation. It was wrong what they did, but you know, and they don't just go around talking about it. That's what's crazy. They don't get online, woe is me and all of that. It'll just be like a day. It'd be like a random day when it's like, yeah, I remember, like, I wish I would have really listened to my moms or my brother or whoever. They just be sitting there reflecting. You be kicking it with them and they'll just tell you. They be like, yeah, man, I made some stupid decisions and, you know, I'm glad I survived it. And they say, I don't justify nothing that they don't justify the behavior of the person who wronged them, but they always go back to, people told me what I should and shouldn't be doing, and they warned me that this could be an outcome, and I thought I knew better than they knew. And they always say it. They said it does not justify, it doesn't say I deserve it. But I can't say that I don't understand how I wound up in that situation. And they do not get on the internet touting it, talking about it, none of that. Now, what I do agree with is if somebody truly did you dirty and nobody's listening. Now, I mean like assaulted, like somebody maybe drugged you or did something crazy to you, and you couldn't get them charged. Just say it was a Nepo baby and their dad or whoever was somebody in law enforcement or the government, and you could not hold them accountable. Then that's when you go to the internet, because you had no other options. But outside of true victimhood, there should never be a time you go to the internet with your business, ever.
Dragon Ball Z, where you going with this?
Wait, hold on. So she posted this when he clearly was making a joke? That's like me saying, yo, when you were asleep, I did put the C on your forehead, slap it a couple of times. You didn't wake up, so I went right back to bed and I recorded it. Bro, you guys over here talking about a career killer. Let me just keep deep diving, because that shit look like a joke. Let's check the other one.
Bacon avocado. I dated CoryxKenshin, and he hurt me really bad, and I'm not the only one.
Don't tell me this is it. Bro, so far it's a complete joke. You said there's way more? Okay, let's keep deep diving, all right?
Still on.
So she's doing TikTok shit. Is this Dear CoryxKenshin? Dear CoryxKenshin, I didn't want to do this, but I don't owe you my silence anymore. There's no clean way to start. Just that familiar weight in my chest while the world just keeps applauding someone who never showed up for me.
Oh, okay. So we on that kind of time, huh? Mm-hmm. The world kept applauding someone who didn't show up for me. Wow. So let me get this straight. You're upset that a man you couldn't be with is successful. That's what I'm hearing, because from what you said right there. So like I said before, what are you doing this for? Are you just mad that you was a side piece and you're upset that Corey didn't make you his main? You knew this. I don't care about your messages. I don't care about your back and forth. I don't care about what you did in your private time. I can care less. Corey's a grown ass man. Now, is he the same person who his personality is? No. Obviously. But at the end of the day, if that's what Corey wants to do with his image, he has the right to do so. If that's what he presents for his platform, he has the right to do so. You don't have the right to want to destroy what he built because you were a side piece and got mad because he didn't want to be with you. Corey showed you over all of this time he didn't want to be with you. You got something out of it just like he did. You wanted the celebrity status. You wanted to be on camera with him. You wanted to tout him and be in the forefront with him and have him put you all on his streams or his videos, and he didn't, and now you're upset. Simply what it is. You could say it's not, hey, I'm going off what you said. Why would you say that? If that's not what you wanted, why would you say that? And let me ask you this question. If Cory was a bum, right? And let's just say he was never successful on YouTube, would you be bringing this up? Would you be doing all that? Because surely Cory's not the only guy you've been talking to all this time. You look like you're on those other platforms. You look like you're on the Tinders and all of those. You look like you may hang out and talk to more than one person, because the kind of behavior you were engaging in. And he's the only one that you're talking about? Okay. Okay.
Publicly, you made sure I stayed close, just far enough to be invisible. Your followers eat up the whole man of faith image you push.
There's 35. Bro, I don't want to.
Look. You made sure I stayed close, but just far enough to be invisible. Alright. What I just say? You mad because the man didn't put you on his stream. You mad because that man didn't put you on the forefront. You over here getting your Cassie on is what you're doing. And you're mad. You knew the conversations you had. You knew how y'all was talking. You more than old enough to know how this goes. And there was plenty of guys you could have talked to. Plenty. And who did you choose? One of the top YouTubers of all time. That's who you chose. One of the most biggest up and coming YouTubers is who you chose to talk to. And you're telling me there was no other guy in your proximity that wanted to talk to you that wasn't CoryxKenshin? Alright. There was no other better choice for your mental health. Alright. Okay. Alright, man. Whatever.
Chakra stealings and all that stuff. Bro, I don't want to hear how Cory just wasn't an emotional man for a woman. Like, that's not a big deal. She's not accusing him of that. What is she accusing him of? I'll just scan it. So right here, we're looking at a woman who basically is saying that Cory wasn't emotionally available for her. But here's the thing. It's always dangerous for a man to be emotionally available for a woman. You're going to use it against us as a weapon.
100% of the time. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's your sister. I don't care if it's your mama. I don't care if it's your grandmama. I don't care if it's your girlfriend. I don't care if it's your wife. If they have something on you where they can cut you down, the moment they get irritated or upset or you're kind of at a weak point, they will hit you with it. If they feel like they can damage you with it, they will use it 100% of the time. And then they'll mask it like, oh, I was just joking. Like, I didn't know he was gonna get serious. Nah, it ain't no serious. You know what you was doing. You thought you was gonna be able to take a shot. You thought you was gonna be able to take a shot and not get called on your BS is what you thought. Yeah. So a lot of y'all who say, no, they don't do that. Alright, bro. It's like, you like Travis Hunter to me. Alright, bro. I'm not here to argue with you. I know what I know.
Anytime he tried to speak up, blah, blah, blah. Never know how many nights I cried, blah, 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 blah. Broke me, blah, blah, blah. Showed up when it mattered. All right. Yeah. Okay. You treated my body, my heart. It sounds like there are things you could shelve, blah, blah, blah. You made sure your absence cut deeper. I mean, he's CoryxKenshin. I mean, I gotta work. I gotta get this money.
And what is she even talking about? He leaves his YouTube for like 6 or 7 months. This ain't limited to you. He leaves his YouTube. This is where he makes money at. What are you talking about? You see what I'm saying? Like, that don't even make any sense. And then he leaves me, and then the deep into the silent, man, he got other stuff. Dog, didn't he just meet like Bruce Lee's kids or something? Wasn't he just like in Japan or something like that? Wasn't he like doing a whole anime or manga or something? Bro, like didn't he meet like Kevin Hart or something? He's not sitting over here by his phone worried about you. What are you talking about?
I mean, yeah. No, I'm reading it surface level on purpose because it ain't that deep. But then again, I wasn't in a relationship. I'm trying to be unbiased here, but I'm really not getting anything of significance. I've never depended on anyone. I worked hard my whole life, made my own money, but still you made me feel small for the job I had. Like I was a disappointment just for not living up to your standards. I never asked you for money, your platform, your health, any of it. It probably bothered you that I wasn't impressed, that I didn't melt for your image, your ego, your self-importance, that I saw right through you and still gave you a chance.
Yeah, that's cool. You doing a whole bunch of talking. What'd you do? Huh? What'd you do? That's what I'm curious about. Forget what he talking. Forget Corey. What'd you do? That's what I want to know. Because I see a whole bunch of talking about Corey, but what did you do specifically? Because all you need to be saying on the internet is, I made a lot of decisions in relationships where I could have made a better decision. I was aiming a little too high, and I should have played closer to the ground of where my relationships belong. I should have dealt with a man who was actually interested in me versus trying to play a game with somebody who's out of my league, or somebody who I know I can't lock down, who's desired by too many. Not even mentioning his name. If you want to go out there and put out advice or say something for people to make a better decision, like people have already told you 100 million times before all throughout history, stop going for the guy who's desired by everybody. But your genetics is going to force you. Your nature is going to force you to do that more times than not. You're going to go for the upper tier man, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nobody's fault. Well, let me correct that. I'm not faulting you for that. And any competitive man's not gonna fault you for it. We're gonna be like, it is what it is. It's a part of the game. But what you need to understand is, there was plenty of men that you could have chosen from who were not CoryxKenshin. And I know damn well there were plenty of men trying to talk to you. And you blew these men off for that small hope and that small chance that he want to be in a relationship with you. That's what you did. So I don't give a damn about what messages that y'all exchanged. I'm worried about what you chose to do. Show me your DMs. I don't want to see Corey's DMs. Corey's irrelevant to this conversation. Where are your DMs? I want to see the guys that you were talking to. Please open your DMs so I can see how many people send you messages. Can we please go to these other conversations of these guys that you declined and you put Corey over? The ones that you put in the background over Corey. When you're supposedly in a relationship, but you're still talking to Corey. You know that's wrong, right? You know it's wrong to talk to a sneaky link if you're in a relationship, right? But Corey's the problem, but you still kept access to you allowed him to keep access to you? Let me see your DMs. Pull up your messages. I don't care about his. Pull up your messages with the other guys and blur their names. I would love to see who all else you were talking to in your text messages and on your Discord and on your other platforms. If you're not willing to do that, please be quiet and leave that man alone.
To be real. But that version of you, the one who could actually care, never existed. I mean, this is why. Imagine if Corey was, so put it like this. Imagine if Corey cried in her arms at night, cried in her lap, shed tears, and was really an emotional guy. Imagine the videos that would have existed. Imagine the stories that would have existed if he was an emotional guy. She would have aired him out just like she's trying to air him out now. Is there really 100 slots? So is this poetry or? Bro, I'm over here thinking like, it's some crazy shit.
Nope, not at all, and it rarely ever is. But let's go ahead and move forward.
Tell y'all how brainwashed one of my older sisters are. My older sister, she is so brainwashed that her and I are not talking because she said that it was my fault, my father's fault, and all of the men in my family it is all our fault that she got pregnant by 2 losers.
Well, don't look at me. I ain't got nothing to say.
Now, I told her that the first guy that she got involved with, that she married, I told her that he was a loser before she even started dating him. Mind you, she's older than me.
She a victim though, huh? It's crazy.
And we came up in the same circumstances, the same house, the same schools, the same parents, the same everything. Now, my father and I actually helped my sister further her career. Now, I'm not going to put all of my family business out, but she said that it's the black man's fault that she decided to reproduce 2 different men that were losers.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. So, not the first warning, not the warning from the dad, not the warning from the brother. No, not the warning from any of the family before it even took place. Not the fact that you did it once. You were irresponsible once, but you were irresponsible twice. You didn't just do it one time. You did it 2 times. And yet, it's the black man's fault. Crazy. And you wonder why I say I have such a problem with this whole victimhood mentality of today. That's wild.
Even though I told her that the guys were losers, my father told her that the guys were losers, and everybody else, her synopsis was, we were not protecting her from the guys that she chose to date against our wishes.
If you neglect the protection of the men in your life and you go to your own devices or your own vices, whatever you want to call it, and you fail not using y'all think men are just men. You think we're just guys who can open pickle jars. Okay? We have foresight. We can see things. We see things you don't. A part of our wisdom is seeing BS, is knowing BS when we see it. And when we try to protect you, and you make a conscious decision to say, forget your protection, you are on your own. It is not our obligation to protect you beyond that point. Once we say, hey, look, chill out, don't do that, that's not it. You can't control me. All right, well, cool, you got it. They better than me because I wouldn't help their ass at all.
So after she went out and made these egregious, terrible decisions, at the end of the day, somehow, some way, it was our fault. And for that reason, we ain't talking like 6 or 7 months.
Somebody end up going down the wrong path. And so you don't get to ignore all the warning signs that they were giving you. Disregard the direction that your father was providing. Choose 2 loser men to lay up with and then say it's your family's fault once you don't like the end result of how your life looks when the dust settles. And now she wants to say it's the patriarchy's fault. But see, here's the thing. Protection only works when the person wants to be protected. And so it didn't matter what her father was telling her. It didn't matter what her brother or the other men in her family was telling her. She wanted to make decisions that she thought were best for her life. And so she chose to rebel, but now wants to play victim.
Years old with a 1-year-old. And all I can say is, seriously, be careful who you have kids by. An immature baby daddy can set you back.
An immature baby daddy. How do you start your conversation putting blame on the father of your child? An irresponsible mother who chose a man irresponsibly because you thought it was fun, you thought it was funny, you thought it was a game, and you were just laying with whoever because you was attracted to him versus the man who wanted to be with you. And now it's about the baby daddy. No, you knew what kind of time he was on. You knew this. Now, the only grace that I'll give is like, say, for example, if there was a man and he was just really doing it all, like I really want to be the father and all of this and that, taking you to the appointments. He was always around, supportive. The kid came and then he chose to be nothing. I would give you a pass. I say, all right, he wrong because he was showing you something different. He lied to you or he just wanted to trap you. I'll give you that. because some dudes do that. I'll give you that. And I mean, he lied to you to the T to where he out of nowhere he changed. I'll give you that. But if it's a situation where you out here in these streets, he doesn't even know if that's really his kid. There's no acknowledgement that there's a relationship. You mess around and get pregnant. You know he doesn't really want the kid. You go and have the kid anyway. Now it's about him being an irresponsible baby daddy. No, mama, you can't do that. Nah, we can't play that game. You gonna have to charge this to the game. You stop being reckless with your hot pocket. Sit your butt down somewhere and be responsible. Make responsible decisions about the type of man you decide to deal with and how you present yourself to these men that you want to deal with. Because I mean, hey, birds of a feather flock together. You got what you was looking for. It just costed you a whole lot more than you was willing to pay. But that's what you wanted. You got the exact man that you wanted. You were exactly like he was. You were no different. Y'all were the same. That's why y'all were together.
An immature baby daddy can bring you unnecessary stress. An immature baby daddy can stop you from who you are to become.
An irresponsible mother has a child with a man that doesn't want to be with her. An irresponsible mother goes all around these streets laying with a random man until she winds up catching things or else winding up pregnant. An irresponsible mother constantly places blame on everybody else but herself when she makes irresponsible decisions because, oh, it was the devil, or, oh, it was this man, or, oh, it was the patriarchy, or, oh, because of this and because of that. No, you know right from wrong.
When I tell you if I could go back, I would have ran. No, I do not regret having my daughter, but I do regret the person that I had her with. When I tell you...
Let me ask you a question. Who he look like? He look like Lil Wayne? He look like Lil Wayne? Huh? He look like one of them rappers, one of them drill rappers? What he look like? Come on, lay it on me. What he look like? I know he look like one of them. You chose him for a reason. Because that was a very common thing. Women being attracted to the most famous entertainer at the time. It didn't matter if you resembled Trey Songz, if you resembled Lloyd or anything like that. That was a big deal. Or Aubrey Graham, or Dre. It didn't matter. Or Tyga. Whoever their celebrity was, that was a very big thing. When people would just want to be with somebody because they resembled them, or they reminded of them, or they acted like them.
I feel like I set myself up for failure.
Okay, that's the first accountable thing you said. All right, we're getting somewhere.
I felt like that, and I felt like that for a long time.
And you should still feel that way because you are responsible because of the decisions you made. Yes, you should.
Until one day, I decided to say, you know what? The only person that can dig herself out of this hole is myself.
Yes, that's how that goes.
All I can say is, if you can avoid pregnancy, do it, especially if you're young. Venture off. Make sure the man really loves you, but also make sure the man has qualities and he's showing you qualities that he can be a good father.
And how many people told you this before? How many people? How many grandmamas? How many mamas? How many cousins? How many aunties have told you this before? How many times have even people on media told you this? How many times? Well, I know Kevin Samuels was a big deal before he passed away. And he was doing it for already 2-3 some years. I know there's no way you ain't heard of him. There's no way. You look like you be on the internet all the time. So now you think that you saying something that's gonna make a difference. Nope, they still gonna do it.
Being a single mom ain't for the weak. It's not easy, no matter how much it's glamorized.
Oh yeah, not at all. Cause when you get sick, your child's still gonna expect you to be a mom. And when there's two of y'all, at least when one of y'all's messed up, the other one can pick up the slack. Or at least you got one of y'all working to where you can still bring some money in. And you can still take care of the household. You don't have to worry about going to work. See, that was the classic. That was the traditional. That was the good thing about it, because when you have two people working together, it actually costs you less. Because if you tend to that home and you got a man who goes to work, even if he doesn't make a whole bunch, you can still qualify for somewhat benefits with that kid. And if you cook at home, you'll have more than enough money to eat because you'll be cooking. And then you won't have 2 rents. You won't have 2 bills. You won't have a commute to work and then getting taxed, and then you quote unquote make this much more money, so you don't qualify for anything. So basically you give up all your money to daycare, or you give up all your money to eating out. So technically you're going to work for nothing and working for free, what they call optional slavery. Yeah. But the world tells you you don't need anybody. Oh, you should be by yourself. Oh, you strong, independent. You don't need anybody. Oh, you could just go out and have this kid by yourself. How many of these celebrities go? Y'all don't have enough outrage for these people selling these lies to you. You don't have enough outrage. Y'all just be like, yes, yes. All right, well, I mean, that's what it really looks like. Even if you got a lot of money, do you know that, I'm gonna just give you this example. Do you know that child care on average, if you got to go to work and have somebody watch your child, like we're not factoring in like grandmas or anybody to watch them. You know, on average, it can cost you anywhere from $500 to $900 a week. You could spend an average of like $2,000 plus a month just on child care. This is before rent. This is before diapers. This is before formula, before food, anything, insurance. On average, by yourself. See, it's all fun and games when they sitting on these podcasts. Y'all ain't outraged enough when they sit on these podcasts talking crazy, talking ridiculous. Yeah, if you got a bunch of dividend stocks, residuals, and all kinds of stuff like that, and you're making $200,000-$300,000 a year, okay, yeah, you're good. However, people like that who have to have that extra special care because they still work. If you have like overnight nannies and stuff like that, dude, you're looking at like $5,000 to $10,000 a week for specialty care. Yeah. And then that's if they show up, because sometimes they don't even show up. And these are agencies. Y'all ain't, man. Y'all, boy, you better look. You better stop playing, man. You better stop playing with these people on this internet telling you these lies.
It is very difficult raising a child, and it's even more difficult when you're young and unstable. It's harder to go to school. It's harder to work. It's harder to do everything because you now have a child that depends on you. When I tell y'all, run from the stars, from these toxic men, and do.
Run from the star. Maybe she meant run from the stairs. Maybe it's just the accent thing. I was like, run from the stars, like the galaxy. Maybe she meant run from the stairs. Maybe.
Not let them impregnate you. Run.
You know, one thing you never hear women in these situations say? I never hear them say, I was with a toxic man, but I was a toxic woman, so that's why we went together so well.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that part always left out. It's always their side. It's always they were the toxic one. Why were y'all together? You can't be with somebody if you don't have some level of relatable traits. There's no way. Y'all can't wind up together if y'all ain't got the same issues, because how you gonna relate to each other? You see, like, that doesn't make any sense. So only they were the problem. Always watch out for them. But you were just an angel. Like, wow, you just wound up in this, you just fell into this bad situation because of a toxic man. All right.
I was the Bonnie to his Clyde. We were 2 peas in the pod. You'll never hear them say, I was right there with him making the same reckless, poor decisions that put me here in this position. It's always that they were somehow manipulated. It's always somehow about how this guy just was a chameleon and how he used her, or he was a narcissist. It's always some type of tragic story that paints the man as this overbearing werewolf character and her as the Little Red Riding Hood victim.
And there could be far much more to this video, but I was going to go ahead and I was going to wrap it up here because we're already nearing that hour mark, and I'll just put it on another video. So we can go and we're going to wrap this one up. But I just wanted to point this out, and I wanted to be cohesive, and I want to run together why I have my stance that I have and why I say the things that I say. Because a lot of times people will go, I'll cover a few things that are said in the comments. One, like I said, I always read them. One of the situations are, oh, I'm only here for LTG. That's cool. You're doing the same thing these females are doing. So when I come out here and I put you up on game, and I start, when we get to the actual adult segments, you say, I just want to watch you troll LTG. I pay attention. I don't mind. You can kick it for as long as you want. But again, y'all are the same people who say, nobody ever told me, or I didn't even know. No, you made a conscious decision to not watch the free game that was that you were getting blessed with. You chose to leave the clown show. You said the circus is over. I want to go do something else. Hey, you have free will to do that. But this is why I also preach accountability. When you get on this internet, you have a choice to see whatever you want to see, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to watch. If you choose to watch LTG play Tekken 24 hours a day, you choose to watch him rage 24 hours a day, you choose to watch him talk about outfits 24 hours a day. When your life starts to fall apart because you don't have the tools or you don't have the knowledge that you need to have for understanding, don't put the blame on anybody else but yourself. Accept accountability for the decisions you decide to make. When you get a trash product, accept the fact that you keep buying VC. When you keep saying there's no games, accept the fact that you're not playing other games outside of the main AAA ones. When you say that, oh, they keep doing this or doing that, remember, you didn't support the games that were trying to be unique and or creative. You're the reason they stopped taking chances and they stopped taking risks. Take accountability for what you chose to do. Switch and Nintendo said, we're going to break your consoles to my discretion. Well, I'm going to break something that you purchased, that you own by law, that is illegal for me to do. It is illegal for them to break your console. And people are only talking about Nintendo. Xbox bricks your consoles too. When your Xbox One, go back and try to play it. It's bricked. You can't do it. You can't even access a lot of these games. Remember Stop Killing Games? You can't even access the 360 ones on their same console. You can't access the Xbox ones on their same consoles. So your Xbox One, your OG one, bricked because it's linked to online, so you can't do anything on it. It won't even let you log into a profile. Yeah, it'll tell you to recover your profile, and you can't even log in. Even though it's sitting there, you can't even log into it. It'll just keep going back to the main screen, and it won't open up the profile. It won't log you in. You can't even do anything on it. You can't even play anything offline. It won't let you. Yep. The ones that you own, the digital ones you own, you cannot play them. It makes you log in. Now, I have about 2 to 3 other uploads. I'm going to try to have them up by tomorrow. Can't make any guarantees. I'm going to try though. I'm going to try. But if you kicked it with your boy this long, I appreciate you hanging with me. Links in the description below like always. And in the meanwhile, I'm out. Have a good one.